sound of those air raid sirens can only mean one thing. It is Thursday evening at 8 p.m. and it's time for Wild and Weird Radio Live. And this is the first day of summer, by golly. What do you think about
we've
that?
Got 50 comments before we even started.
Amazing. It's also West Virginia Day. We have such an amazing show tonight that you're just this one blows my mind already. We haven't even started yet. Joe, roll down the roster and we'll talk about some other stuff here shortly. Go ahead.
First in the house today, Adam Good saying happy birthday, West Virginia. Then we got Lisa hanging out. What's going on, Miss Lisa? Then Lisa. Angie's in the house. Terry McCullough, as usual.
Hey,
what is going on?
Welcome,
Terry.
Welcome.
LR. Oh, the West Virginia hills, how majestic and how grand and hotter than balls. That's exactly
they are hot. Yeah, they're hot.
Ada Cox, how you doing tonight, Ada?
Hello.
Hope you guys are staying cool out there in the Richwood area. Anita Allen, how's it going?
Anita.
Trackway, what's going on, my brother? Miss Trackway, not far behind. Then we've got Fish Belly in the house. What's going on, Fish? Good to see you tonight. And where is everybody? Hey, Larry Hose. What's going on, Larry? Hope everything's going good for you up there in your area, man. It's been hot. I know it's about the same up there with you guys, but you've had, I think, a little bit more wind. Then the Men in Black.
How here.
Loathe thee. They're here. They're sweating.
Wonderful. It's going to be a great. Yeah, that's right.
Unless their tear duct or sweat gland mechanism is malfunctioning, it's one of the two.
It could be that.
Yeah. So
we don't.
And then we've Ada's broken.
In the world? Are we sure
Ada has been infiltrated?
Anita, are you okay? Is that a code?
Just blink twice. Oh, let's see. Tony Breeden is in the house. Where did you get there? He is. Tony Breeden. What's going on? Ike the Fob, Daddy Fobber, L.W. Marshall coming
Kicking it off. Kicking off summer. Let's kick off.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I have just noticed this. StreamYard's format has changed.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, LW.
We're wider now.
We are wider. Welcome. We are now in HD, everybody, apparently.
Space Jeezy, what's going on? Let's get down with the boogie and the boil, apparently, because it is hot enough to boil water out there on the concrete.
Yeah.
My plants, my garden is just looking sad. Like I even watered them. Like, oh no, Oz in the woods. What's going on? And God is also with us today. Bless Larry on his birthday. me bless Larry. Oh man.
Okay.
Anita Allen, I think there we are. You're not broken now. I have no clue what that is. It's the MIB. Anita.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what that was.
Been infiltrated.
It looked like a code.
And Octopus is in the house.
What is here?
Is up, Octopus? Nikki Bennett, you have arrived.
Nikki,
you are just on time.
Is everybody here?
We've got everybody. I mean, the usuals are here, give or take one or two. Okay. But it's summertime and vacation season.
That's right. That's really remarkable.
Where's Scott Holbrook at, Scotty?
Got to reach out and grab your wild and weirdette and weirdos and friends and make sure they know the show is on. It is a good one. We have a lot of stuff. It is obviously one of our favorite, one of your favorites as well. Topics, the segments is in focus, and we'll be doing that tonight. But before we get started with that, there has been a crap ton of news in the past few hours, the past 48, 72 hours, whatever it is. And we're going to hit that really, really quick old style because, this show might go on the actual podcast. I don't know yet, but here we go. Okay. So anyway, There is the news, and let's pull this up because there's a few things that have been taking place here. We've got a lot of UFO stuff. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes.
Yeah, which is kind of been the usual for this summer, you know.
Yeah. But it seemed to be getting quiet, and now it's starting to gear up.
Yeah, it has been quiet the last little bit, but we've had more news on that front than we have anything else.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, we had Kirkpatrick came out there this past week, and he said, "I'm done. I am not going to do podcasts anymore. I'm not going to talk about UFOs again." Translated English, that means it didn't go the way that they wanted it to with him.
Well, and not just that. I think honestly, the translation to common language there is I legally cannot talk about this anymore until the investigation is over.
It's possible. It's possible, and that's all we're going to say about that. So there's other stuff that's going on. Big thing that started making the news. I shared it with you guys as soon as I saw it start up, and now it's pretty much everywhere. It looks like MUFON is about to make a major announcement here this in the next coming few weeks. Actually, they say they have UAP material, and there's test results, and here's the write-up on it. Joe, you want to hit some of that?
Sure. So Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, June 18th, 2024, in what is being called the most important UAP-related presentation MUFON has ever made, it will reveal details about a UAP materials case it recently received from Russia in an exclusive live event on Saturday, July 13th. But before we can do anything with that, the Sky Daddy has been summoned. Thank you. You are amazing.
A million billion thank yous.
Ada Cox for
million billion thank yous. And I'll get your song here in a second.
Tests by Russian labs, later corroborated by MUFON's own U.S. lab, confirm the material is of unknown origin. While virtually any material can be identified by its components on the periodic table, unknown combinations of isotopic ratios can often point to a mysterious origin of samples. In this case, 90% of the sample is made of materials that labs were unable to identify. That is huge.
No, that's remarkable. And I don't know that people can comprehend what you just said right there, but they can't identify that material is what it
90% of the samples, which basically I'm going to guess and say of that, the identifiable sample is probably going to be carbon or silicate.
Yeah, I would say.
Now, the story becomes even more compelling as some of the samples were sent for additional testing were stolen. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Men in Black, we see you. The U.S. Post Office box shortly after they arrived on retrieval by MUFON investigator Robert Spearing. On top of this, cameras were turned against the wall, inhibiting investigation.
Think about that.
Premeditated is what that is.
That's premeditated.
Although postal workers testify that they delivered the box.
Of course they did.
This is typical with evidence of this nature. We believe this material was deliberately taken by someone who could hack into locked post office box to prevent further testing. Who did it is anyone's guess, said MUFON.
Think about that. Like, for real, seriously. And that's good. You don't have to read the rest of that. We'll post the link up for him, but let's talk about that for a second, because if that happened, and it's a big if, but if that happened, I just noticed there's an owl behind Brandon. If that happened,
I've got an owl up here.
Oh, geez.
Right there.
Okay.
Right by the alien.
Well, that's on you. So if that happened, that means that someone knew where that package was. They knew what was in that package, and they were going to intercept that package. Yeah.
Yeah. USPS loses my crap all the time.
All the time, Lisa.
Like normally when it goes to a PO box, that's normally way more secure because it's not traveling into as many hands. It at least eliminates 2 sets of hands touching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last set of hands usually being the most incompetent.
It's true. It's very true. I mean, they almost never find the house anymore. If you've noticed that, it's
yeah.
And we have better GPS systems, yet they can't find your house anymore.
Nope.
This is the irony of ironies. But 90% of that material is what they're saying here, Joe.
That's huge.
This is massive. So if that's a true story, if everything checks out on that, oh boy. Rob Posey, welcome aboard. You are just in time. We're just going over some news, and we're gonna get to the good stuff here.
Emails hacked, alien material abducted.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So in related news, there's also this that came out. This was all on Reddit this week, UFO Reddit.
The most comprehensive analysis of an alien implant to date has revealed a ceramic covering over a meteor-sourced metal core. That is a ceramic covering over a meteor-sourced metal core, which contains a further ceramic lattice and carbon nanotubes, which are never found in nature. It also contains crystalline radio transmitters and 51 unique elements.
Oh, wow.
If you don't have to read all that, just
that opening header was not enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump here into the middle and paraphrase a little bit.
Yeah.
So the object was pretty brittle, which is to be expected with ceramic being part of the like having those conical ceramic material. It's going to be brittle, and it was broken to 12 pieces during removal. The pathology test on the tissue surrounding the object showed no inflammation, no immunological reaction by the subject's body to the presence of the object, which would normally be observed when a foreign body is inside of a human being.
Yep.
The outer layer, or the outer ceramic layer, opalescent, which indicates an organized layered structure. When it says appears opalescent, that means it's think like cloudy transparency, but really opaque. So this indicates an organized layer structure. The data indicates that the majority of the non-metallic phase material is probably composed of mainly carbon nanotubes, which are covered and or filled by a shell-like coating of aluminum, calcium, iron, or nickel, and titanium silicates, oxides, sulfates, and phosphates. Whoever wrote that needs to not use that many ands until the end. Guys, geez. The shape of the inclusions of the lighter non-metallic material in the FENI phase appeared to be non-random, such as long, bone-like, and horn-like structures seen in SEM image. The FENI phase also has numerous pits of regular size, 400 nanometers to 500 nanometers, and shape. This is clearly, if you can't figure that out, it has clearly been created, made, whatever you want to call it, intelligently and purposefully. Radio waves in the 1.2 gigahertz, 110 and 17 megahertz, and 8 hertz band were detected in the immediate region of the object prior to its removal from the patient's body, indicating that it had been transmitting a signal in the 1.2 gigahertz wavelength band. Communication with satellites because it is not easily absorbed by the atmosphere.
Yeah, it is what it says. It says what it says.
Men in Black says alien implants. Is that still a thing? Is anyone still tracking these big brain primates, allegedly?
We track ourselves now and make it easy for you guys.
Right.
Government helps them out.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's hey Ashley, what's going on?
Ashley.
Then we've got Lisa says, I kind of have to agree with MIB on the level of intelligence of some of the government members. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at this.
Yeah.
There were uniform pits.
Mm-hmm.
There were spurs and other structures. These are all things that serve purpose.
Yeah.
The spurs on this.
The spurs make it hold on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The structure, the tubular structures on the inside, it honestly, the descriptions and the photographs, it under the microscope looks almost honeycombed, which is a very strong compression resistance, right? See that the way that's woven right there on the right hand side, that is bizarre.
Oh, it's very bizarre. It's extremely bizarre. And and
it's transmitting. So it's technology, it's biotech essentially, because it's carbon based, silica based, and the meteor. That's
35,000 times view on the left and 20,000 times on the right, by the way, as well. Man. So it's very, very, very small, very well constructed for something that size. Yeah, that's nanotechnology is what that is.
You're talking nanotechnology that would have had to been all, basically printed.
And we also have to remember this was 2008 when this was pulled out of this patient. Yeah. So call it for what it is. I'm very interested to see more about this and hear more about this, but it does sound like there's some stuff going on out there if you want to listen. And yeah, Terry, I think that is definitely something. Not sure what, but it's definitely something.
Anita said spurs would reduce the probability of it moving around under the skin. Yeah, it'd secure the device.
Right.
Poor Agent Joe. No one was listening. Your gaggle of foil hat primates was too busy trying to insult us.
Okay.
It's something, man. Like it's that something. Is bizarre. That to me is the most interesting piece that we've seen in the last year.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So meteor sourced material.
Meteor source material. If you can prove this, there's your smoking gun. You guys want smoking gun evidence? It's there. You just have to look for it. You have to go beyond what you're being told by some of these mouth sources, who are probably being paid to say what they're being paid to say. And you need to look at what some of these scientists are actually doing.
Lisa said it would also prevent it from being absorbed and passing out of the body. Yes. The body, the radical thing about this that I read off there was that it did not have any kind of reaction within the body.
No, it didn't.
And the only way that happens, all right,
you know how this happens.
The only way that this happens is if that individual's genetics were purposefully mixed into the device. The body then would no longer recognize it as a foreign object.
Exactly. That's
so you had to have some kind of DNA scripting going on. Scott's in the house. What's going on, brother?
Scott. Welcome.
Shade Vikings in the house.
Shade, welcome. I have one further bit of UFO-like news for you guys. Jen, welcome. And that is this little bit that popped up today or yesterday.
Oh boy.
Actually. Yep. So
a group of scientists and researchers seeks access to Vatican archives on the UFO phenomena. The group of scientists and researchers believe that among the 80 kilometers, you heard that right,
kilometers,
80 kilometers of shelves containing everything, including many relevant pieces of information about the UFO phenomena.
So it's important to also note that not just anybody can go in and do this.
No, you have to have normally the only way you can do that is like if you're actually part of the priesthood.
Yeah. Well, they had written I think an article or something. They were on the inside. So they had a way to do this. But are they going to get that? I don't think so. I doubt it because, it's not like a library, right, Joe? I mean, you don't get to go and look yourself.
No, the average person can't even go into Vatican City.
Right.
Like you have to have very special access just to get into Vatican City to go in and look at the archives or go in and look at the any of their reliquary. You've got to be like, it is a very special access program, and priests who get to go do that, it is like a once in a lifetime thing. And they're like, oh my gosh, I have been, it is seen as like one of the highest signs of respect and a blessing for them to be able to go do that.
Yeah, and don't they limit what they can see too? Like they only let them see like parts of the archive.
It depends on what's going on. Like, there's obviously you got 80 kilometers. You're not going to find it all. And I'm sure they've got some of that ultra sensitive material packed away somewhere else. That's not.
You know that. West Virginia gals here. Hey, y'all, new first time. Hey, welcome. I find this very interesting. Happy West Virginia Day. Yes, happy
West Virginia Day to you too, West Virginia gal.
Absolutely. We are actually going to be doing a little West Virginia thing after a while, which means we're going to
burning couches in our basement
and playing the banjo. No, we're not. We're not doing that. But no, we're not.
I'm not saying the Vatican is run by aliens, but it's aliens. I don't disagree with that statement at all.
Well, I'm not even going to touch that. I'm just not going to touch it.
That's something I would type.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Well, that's the news, folks. I'm going to kill out the news and we're going to go out to some, what we're here for. So let's end this really quick. Short version. Anyway. So, I guess what we're all really here for is this little segment that we started doing.
Yeah.
Really just took off, and man, it's just been something. It really has been something.
Referring back to the news, Fish Belly
brings
up a very valuable point that the Catholic Church is the largest intelligence gathering It's in intelligence and data gathering agency in the world. When was your last confession, my son?
Right.
But you're not wrong either, though. Like even in that, the confession side of things, they have one of the largest data compilation teams within Vatican City. Like that is their sole job. They're sworn into the priesthood, and then their job in the priesthood is to go and find relics, to go and look into the high strangeness cases and collect data and evidence and then bring it back and put it in the archives
and hide it.
Men in Black says, do not burn couches in your basement. Appalachian primates. If you must incinerate couches, do so in a well-ventilated area outdoors.
I'm glad they clarified that.
Yes.
Chris Stewart finally made the live. Good deal, man. They let you have a day off there up at Wally World, I see.
And you're just in time. You're just in time. So let's start this thing off the proper way.
Again, just to reiterate, this is for entertainment purposes only. Hardy har har, laugh, laugh, laugh.
Yeah. So we're not going to be, telling you that this is exactly what this is or what that was, because honest to goodness, we don't know what half the stuff is anymore. Our minds have been blown at this point because we've run into, exactly. It could be, I don't know, non-human intelligence, maybe. But there's some weird stuff out there. That's all I'll say about that. So where should we start? Because man, you guys sent in so much stuff.
I know we got some really good ones sent in. I know we got Trackway and Terry McCullough. We were given permission to use their names and display evidence. Ada Cox says, do not forget Mountain Dew and pepperoni rolls tonight, guys.
Yes. Man, I wish I had.
You want the Happy Mothman coming after you, not the angry.
Right. Not the red-eyed one that they show in Fallout. See, if the red ones come out, he stalks you, right? He'll get you. But if there's green ones, they're peaceful. So you don't bother them. They're okay. Like all the other colored eyes, leave them alone. It's just that one.
West Virginia Gal says, thank you for the kind and warm welcome. You are very welcome, West Virginia.
Well, welcome aboard. I guess I can even do it here. Let's do it right. Welcome.
All right. Which piece do we want to start out with tonight?
Let's start out with boy, man, there's so many. And I want to thank you guys for sending in so much of this, by the way. When we started this thing, it was just like a couple people sent in a couple photos. It's like, hey, let's bring these on the air. do this live and let people watch it. And we had no idea you people would enjoy it so much that you just keep sending and sending and sending stuff. But boy, we're thankful you do.
Wow. James Nelson coming in hot.
James, I'm not
Thank
seeing
you, James. You are awesome, brother.
James,
very much appreciated.
Whew. I'm gonna
and where'd he go?
Well, I'm probably gonna have to do a couple more chords than 2 or 3 on that one.
All right.
Ron, you have to play Country Roads.
You think I would have learned it.
That song, Almost Heaven, should really just state Almost West Virginia. Because none of those locations are in West Virginia. Country Roads are in West Virginia. Plenty of those. Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. No.
I remember reading the story about that. The guy who wrote the song for him had never even been to Virginia or West Virginia.
Nope.
Well, they're just heathens. Anyway. Huh. Oh, well.
Trackway says, play Pegasus, Ron.
That's funny. You guys are hilarious. Anyway, was it, yeah. There you go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for for that. You guys,
what do you say we start with some tiny bubbles?
Tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
Anyway.
On my camera, well, not really my camera, but Trackway's camera.
Yeah, let's start with some tiny bubbles for real.
Here's this is the original photo off the trail camera. Trackway, this is the bubbles from this was sent in for review to show you guys. This is the trail cam photo. If you can see, it's 53 degrees. We're dealing with what looks like a half moon phase there, and it was the day before Halloween.
That is a very interesting image, is what that is.
And there have been he did a couple enhancements, but we'll show you those in just a second. So, like, what is the first thing that you see, Ron and Brandon, when you look at this? It can be realistically.
I'll tell you what I see. I see a still image of the David Green orb. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I see a still image of that orb. That's exactly what
that's what it looks like.
And it's almost eerily identical. Where I see it's 3D. This thing is 3D. I can see like actual structure.
It looks like a sphere.
Yeah, it looks like a sphere.
It's not just something getting caught in the IR, making IR blur.
No, this is a sphere. And let me grab that. Keep it back up there. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to take it over here, and we're going to look at it. So go back to the original one for me. Thank you. And let me get that guy right there. Okay, I now have it. Okay. Copy that. I'm going to put that over here in Photoshop.
But you can clearly see like it's not just a IR blur or
no, that's
really
not
bad reflection. Brandon, when you look at this, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Maybe like a drop of moisture that the camera was trying to focus on but couldn't.
That is possible. Because especially that time of year with the atmospherics being around 50 degrees, you would have a dew point.
Yeah, you can't see through it, and it's so round, and it makes me think it's just moisture of some kind.
Teresa Flair's in the house. What's going on, Teresa?
All right, I got this thing set up. We're gonna do some stuff to it and see what we can bring out.
Boy.
So let's.
Blue Beam Messiah says that's no moon. That's perfect.
That could almost be a Dragon Ball. I mean, look at it. If it just has some stars in the
right?
middle.
And it's like the 3-star Dragon Ball. You can kind of see 3 little black dark spots. Yep. Team 3 stars.
Let me find the share screen, and we shall start this little
Teresa says it is so perfectly round. Yeah, it really is very, very nearly perfect.
And we're gonna see that a little better right here. Can you guys see that?
Let me drop that down for you, Ron.
You drop it down so I can see it.
Here you go.
Okay. All right.
So
you guys can see that, right? Pretty good, because I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's on screen.
All right, cool. All right. So you can see that we do have what appears to be some form of here. I'm trying to bring out that center section for us a little bit. I'll do another thing to it here in a second, but that's what I wanted to do. We can see there's different gradients. Can you see that? Like it's not all just one solid white blob. There's something there. There's a little more depth to it. There's a little bit more of a structure to it. And it's very round. And, you know, we've got that kind of fuzzy look coming off of it, but it looks like there's a structure there that's very round. Let's do a little bit of
Trackway said I originally described it as a soap bubble.
Yeah,
which it does. It literally looks like somebody stripped this thing off of a Mr. Bubble.
That is exactly what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a bubble. And there we go. Now we can see that structure just a little bit better. A little bit of balls on it. So you can see the structure right through here. And it's just like, that to me is very interesting. And we can also see a little bit of a raise right here as well. Mm-hmm. So, but it looks 3D. This does not look.
Yeah, it's definitely a 3D object.
I mean, if it's not, it's a very good illusion. Let's put it that way. Because it looks
said it's Pac-Man.
Yeah.
More like Pac-Man's butt.
It's something.
Pac-Man facing away from you.
There we go. There we go. Then we can kind of see a little bit of the structure that's
Terry says it almost looks like it's smiling.
Well, what's interesting about this, guys, is I think it was Chris Bledsoe was on something there not too long ago. It was he was interviewed, and he had stated something about some of the orbs and whatnot that he had encountered where they were, in his opinion, living. That this is the being. It basically goes from this state to a physical state, or it can go to a physical state, I guess. That, to me, is a very interesting analogy for some of the features that people see inside.
I think I can
things.
see a 2-meter wide exhaust port at the end of a trench.
Right.
Death Star reference.
Death Star, yeah. But yeah, I thought it was interesting though, because there is that 3D look to it. And that's what Chris had described as well. He said it was like a soap bubble.
Do you think it has like luminescence there in the bottom right corner? That's what that gradient is.
It looks like it. It looks like it's illuminated in some way.
Here's where it gets squirrely, guys. And Trackway sent me this in the email, and I was wondering if he was going to bring it up in the chat or if I'd have to. Shortly after seeing it, there'd be a wood knock that shook me to the core. Then, an even more unusual sighting. So, trail cam captures this sphere, the bubble, clearly emitting IR.
Wait, did James Nelson,
or at least reflecting it?
Okay, James already did that. All right, I'm seeing it now. It's coming through. Everything's slowing down for me over here. I don't know what's going on. Must be where I have this open. Yeah, that's probably what it is. All right, so what we're seeing there is, I think, some form of a 3D thing. I don't think that, yeah, it reminds me of the 3D model. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it, Terry? I saw that too, and I'm like, wow, look at that, because it almost has that rim right down the middle of it. Man, it's
got a question for Trackway. Trackway, West Virginia gal says, I'm curious, was it floating, or is this a standstill picture? Because I honestly see an orb.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, can you find that that David Green orb by any chance?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Let's see if I can locate it too, but
I can't see anything going on, so keep an eye on the stuff.
Okay. All right. So we're going to try to find this this other one, and we're going to put them kind of side by side and let you guys have a look at the similarities in those, because they're pretty similar. And the interesting thing about the last one, and probably this one too, was it was only visible on IR. So that makes me wonder, because I'm pretty sure that was IR shot it as well. It was nighttime. So I just wonder if it was only visible in IR. Do we know if it was only visible in IR? Has that been
Trackway?
asked?
That would be a question for him.
Yeah. How about that, Trackway? Was this thing only visible in IR, or was it? Did you guys notice an actual orb out there, light? When I saw it in person, it was floating. Yep, so could see it. I thought it was an owl. Huh. Didn't pay attention to it because I thought I had trespassers in the woods. Now, my question is a simple one. Why did you think that that was an owl? Like, did it look like an owl, or did you just get that impression at first? Okay, I was using red light. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's the thing about light that people may not know. And if you were at the workshop, you already know this, but we talked about how we can only see certain wavelengths. And what's interesting about that is that the theory is that if we can kind of light up some of these things with some wavelengths that we can actually see, we might be able to bring them out a little bit more. It's kind of how, it is exactly how infrared works and UV works as well with some of this stuff. But there is the possibility that using red light, because that is close to that range. In fact, a lot of your IR lights, your IR cameras use a different nanometer red LED in there. They don't use a true there's a certain wavelength that's better for it. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. But they don't use that. They use just a little bit lower one because it's easier to get, I think. And it still works, but it does not work as good as some of the others. So that's the difference when you hear some of these infrared cameras. That's why some of them are a little bit more than others, because they're using different illuminators. So some of those
find it over here on my end.
Okay, I'll take a look. I'll take a look over here and see if I can locate it, because I might know where it's at. But if we can illuminate,
if you kept that episode file, orbs file, it might be in there.
I'm going to see if I can find it. But if we can illuminate some of these things with that light, then therefore we can see them if they have a 3-dimension to them, possibly. They're not Death Star shaped. Actually, they kind of can be if you listen to what Mike was telling us. They were orbs, and then they weren't orbs, which is kind of what Chris is saying at the same time. So let me go look for this thing, and you guys.
Sounds like a lot of reports from Mike's book too. People would say they would see balls of light that would enter buildings, and then they would look in the building, and there were owls there.
Right, Brandon, exactly. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, guys, go mash that like button while you're there.
Oh yeah, please do.
If you're sitting there watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button for us. That really helps us out a lot.
Yeah, do that and sub and all that fun stuff. And we are going to be giving away something tonight because it is West Virginia Day, but you have to be present and you have to be a commenter. So you got to be commenting. So everybody who's commenting is going to be at some point here is going to be entered into the contest, and we're gonna give away something cool. So
Jen says when Ron changed the orb picture, the 3 bumps looked like they made a triangle. They very much did look like that. And I said that's interesting, given that people see triangle ships. There's also worth noting that Commander Graves had witnessed shapes within spheres,
and we've witnessed that as well. And just by complete happenstance. We were looking at some orbs in earlier. You can go watch. I think it was in episode 2 of In Focus. Go back and watch that because we had 2 orbs that were sent from separate locations, and there's geometry within those things, and it's not imagined. It's there. We all saw it, and it was a real-time discovery right there.
LR said, "The smart Aleck comments count? Ask for a friend." They sure do, buddy.
Sure.
You're in the chat. That's all that matters.
Sure. As long as you're in the chat when it's done, that's all that matters. So,
Octopus with no friend says, "I saw an orb which was more like a small point of bright white, almost blue light. Right after I saw a tree light up with a golden light, which I saw after a small being peeked out from behind another tree."
Wow.
Man.
I mean, what are you going to do with that? Because it is
I
what
know,
it
right?
is.
Like, you've got puckwudgies, you got little people, you got all kinds of other weird stuff up there in the triangle where they're located, up there in the New England area. That's nuts.
No, it's absolute. Yeah. All right. I'm going to look in this.
Trackway said, "Oddly, Pat, it shape shifted. Look up the Indian symbol Hogan."
Where is this at? My goodness, there's too many files.
Blue Bee Messiah says, "The sacred geometry that makes up the fabric of this reality."
Yeah.
There's a lot to the sacred geometry stuff.
Oh, there's a lot to that.
Anita Allen says, "I can't say I have ever seen an orb. Lots of weird stuff, but no orbs as yet."
When you see it, you'll know. Okay, I found it.
Octopus said, "It was my weirdest encounter. It happened at a close friend, or happened with a close friend, while talking about high strangeness. He saw the light and he had his mind blown." We can relate.
Wait. Stop.
We had folks out.
You were talking about it when that happened? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, they're talking about high strangeness and then saw this happen.
Haha. Yeah, that happens. There's your synchronicity again. Okay, so it's in sightings. Let me open up
Terry
sightings.
McCullough says, "Orbs on video are incredible."
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. You ain't seen nothing.
Oh. This video they're about to show, it's probably the best orb video I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, let me get this out here. Well, right now I'm going to do just the oh wait, that's the one with the raccoons. No, that's not it. Hang on.
It'd be before it.
Yeah, no, this one's sitting here.
Pat says, "Sounds like you summoned it, Octopus."
Hey, we never know, do we?
Men in Black says, "We can melt your minds without the need to talk about high strangeness primates. Just say the word."
I found it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to.
Bird is the word. To the bird.
All right.
Getting sued because I
probably not. You didn't do it for 30 seconds. You're okay.
I know, right?
All right, let's see. Present, share screen, and here we go again.
Octopus says, "We're literally talking about magic stuff that happens to us. The force is real, and that place is magic. That wasn't the first crazy experience I've had there." Wow.
Okay, so can you guys see that?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, so let me play this for you. Okay, let me back this up. Here we go.
Blow it up a little bit.
Blow it up. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see if we can do that. We should be able to.
There we go.
Is that good?
Little smaller, just a little smaller.
Okay. How about that?
Right there.
Now let's pull this up here. Okay. That way you should be able to get the whole thing there.
Now, so to paint this frame for you guys, if you look in the middle, you'll see a bowl.
It's right
if
here.
you go straight up from the bowl and just a hair to the right, that right there is a rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll actually be able to see the rabbit pretty good. But that's not the rabbit. So watch what happens here. I want you to see what happens first of all in that, because I just did a frame by frame and you can see what's happening. the camera is starting to adjust. This is what it's normally seeing right here. This is no touch up to this at all. It's the original thing. So watch what happens. You saw that, right? It already dimmed. So it's dimmed because there's
a light source
that shows up. Now, what's interesting about this light source is that as it moves along, it does not cast a reflection in the bowl at all. Watch your little buddy back there in the background. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yep. So that rabbit dips out fast.
That
I
rabbit
do the same thing.
That rabbit saw that and was like, I am gone. He's looking right at it right there with his eyes reflected.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm gone.
So sees that thing and says, nope.
Right,
I mean, that thing is so luminescent. It's like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's pretty interesting to me. And if we take this and I do rasterize that layer, copy that, and put that back over here. That's the other one. And set that right here on top of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the other one's not as bright.
No.
Same shape though.
But it is literally the exact same shape.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are the same shape.
Trackway said, "Oh dear Lord."
And
yeah, we've had that one for a little over a year. That was sent in, and like the guy got a hold of me because he heard me on a Bigfoot podcast, and got a hold of me and sent me that video on Facebook, and I was like, no way. And then this one came from his buddy 5 miles down the road.
Yeah, watch how slow that thing is moving, and it's not a raindrop or anything, as you can see the rain behind it. Obviously.
Well, there's more to this, and we discovered it later on. If you watch that, Brandon, there's something inside that orb, which again calls back to what Chris has been saying. Watch this. Around the middle of that orb, you're going to see what looks like there's a circle in there, and it's moving around it. That is a 3-dimensional object. That is not a water drop. That is not a reflection, because that does not happen with water drops.
And again, it shows up and the animals are like, nope.
So let me zoom in.
They're actually like investigating it for a little bit.
I want to zoom in on this one so you guys can see it a little
well better. I mean, raccoons are kind of like pirates.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we go. We can see it right there. So watch this thing.
Yeah, there's a dark mass that you can see move around, almost like a lens or an eyeball.
There. It starts here, and you're going to see another one. That's on this side. And what's really interesting about this, there's a distortion out from that eye-like section right here. See this? There's a distortion in this field right here. Now watch this. There it comes. Whatever it is in the middle of it, you can see it right there.
Is it in the middle of it, or are we seeing through it? You know?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's this one was really weird.
Yeah.
This one,
it's either on the other side of it, I don't know, but it is definitely a shape. You mean, could that be, let's see if it lines up. You're right. That does line up, Joe. That lines up. If that's a 3-dimensional bubble,
it's like it's spinning.
Yeah, like it's
But look what he's saying though. I can see that now. See this?
It looks like it's tracking.
Okay, look. So here's the circle right here on the back side. But look, if this thing turns around, now it's turning. It's turned to its right. Now that circle's still turning, right?
Yeah.
And now
there it is again.
We can see the circle. So the circle is at the bottom, but it's coming up through the middle on this side. You see that?
Yep.
So that is weird. So we've never even noticed that before. But yeah, that thing's moving, and that does look like there's it's almost like a negative Boolean operation going through that thing. That is crazy. Look at that.
Teresa says, we saw an orb with a friend, and the same time another friend saw a strange figure on their FLIR. Strange coincidence. We looked in the morning and saw a track where they saw the figure. Then Fishbelly says, does talking about strangeness summon it, or does talking prime our minds and remove the filters?
I don't know yet. It's something to that nature. We're just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
West Virginia Gal says, with my experience, orbs come in different sizes and are always moving quickly.
Oh, please tell us some of your experiences. That you're in the right place.
Some of those.
You're in the right place. Trust me. You are in the absolute right place. So what are you guys thinking about that? I want to know. I'm really curious. And this is only the first one. So I'm really curious just because we're looking at, first of all, that the one you just saw, where was that from, Joe? That's
the Oregon.
Oregon. Yes.
Yep, they were from Oregon.
Yeah.
Out there near not too far from Boring. Dave found me because of Cliff. And that's how that connection got made, and because he frequented the North American Bigfoot Center. So that's how we got that contact. Now, Pat says that's a whole mountain of nope for me. If I see something like that leading a pack of raccoons through the woods, you're right.
That thing, the Raccoon King, like what is it?
Yeah. LR says, hey, Ron, can you stabilize on the orb like they did in the Patty video? Yeah, we can do that. We've done stuff like that in the past. It just takes time, and you can't do it in real time.
I can try. But right there, I wanted to show you guys a little something, though, real quick before we do that. I'm going to see if I can do this. Because now I'm interested in what we just saw, because I think there's a little bit more going on there than I had originally thought. And I want to see how that pans out.
Trackway says, I describe what I saw and experienced as technology.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe that.
Ron Lanham, I am the Raccoon King. I can do anything, mostly.
Yeah. Where is that?
James Nelson, looks like the spots are at a perfect axis. Yeah,
there you go. That's what
like it's moving on an axis.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to actually demonstrate.
Shade Viking says that. Cool video.
If I can demonstrate that. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, here it is. So I think we got some.
Randy said if the raccoons are okay with it, though, I might follow along too. Terry McCullough, the one that came into my son's garage, popped through the door and took a cruise through the room. It did. That one was a trip, man.
Oh, yeah, it was wild.
That one was a trip. That was on, I think, the first episode of In Focus.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Okay. So
Larry says, chase the orbs. Bigfoot Littlefoot's in the house. What's going on, man?
What did I tell you guys about that? Nobody listens to me. All right. Material special. Yeah, that'll do.
While Ron is getting that ready, we'll go ahead and do a little
I got
plug
this
for next week.
Hang on. Oh yeah, go ahead.
We're going to be doing a demonstration at Monster Fest 2. Bridging the gap data collection techniques in a world of high strangeness. If you are in the Canton area and you can get some tickets, we highly encourage you to come out to Monster Fest. It's going to be a really, really good time. The lineup there is very impressive. Ton of great presenters. It's just going to be a really good time. It's a one-day event, so come. Well, it's technically two because you got a premiere the day before on Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, come check it out. It's going to be next Saturday. That's Monster Fest 2 at partly at the Palace Theater, and then the other part at the DoubleTree.
Yeah, and they'll probably talk about a couple of things while we're there. Chase the orbs. Yeah, there you go. So let me show you this. I did this real quick.
Nikki says the orbs probably led the raccoons to my trash last night. God, right?
So
Larry said I need Ron's supervision.
So this is what I think we're looking at.
Death Star.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Death Star.
I think this is what we're looking at. We're looking at something that kind of looks like this.
That's no
because,
moon.
well, look, we had that disturbance in the back, right?
Yeah.
So we saw the disturbance in the back. And then when it turns around, we see this circle or whatever it is that's around in the middle. It almost looks like there's something going through the middle of this thing in its axis.
Yeah.
And kind of creating it like that. That's what I see when we look at it, which is just crazy because look at that right there. We can back it up. It tumbles a little, but right here, we see the back end. There's something there, and it does seem to be some kind of a field protruding out because there's a distortion right here in that little area.
Where the big green laser blasts out and destroys the planet. It just
could be.
It
could be. And then when it flips around, boom, we see the inner wall of it. The inner wall right there. So yeah, that's man, that is really, really cool. So I'm impressed with that. That was really a neat one. We can close that down. Go ahead and close this one. Get all the raccoons off here. All the raccoons. There we go.
So Shade Viking said this guy's a genius, or there's evidence of CGI. The guys who did this, the episode's about a year old, and we had the witness come on and talk. He's a much older gentleman. He's probably hanging out with us right now. And when it comes to technology, he's
it ain't
not a fan.
it ain't
he definitely did not fake these videos at all.
But you're right. It's either real or it's CG. You're absolutely 100% right.
Yeah.
And that's where you're at with this because you have to be. But no, he didn't do this. He has no desire to do it.
Jen said, I think you're seeing through it and the black spot is showing up. That's what I initially, when I saw
it
that
could be.
moving on the axis, that's what I was implying.
Yeah. So there's something there. I mean, I don't know what, but there's something there. All right. So let's move on from that one. Let's go to.
Oh, Shade just said, I meant the CGI example you just showed was genius.
Oh, thanks, man. That was just a little thing.
Lisa said, compare that image to a diagram of a wormhole. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
All right. Do you want to show Terry's next?
It's where I'm after. Go ahead.
All righty. Was there another video you were looking for?
No, you go ahead. I'm gonna try to find the other parts to that one when we need it. So
okay. All right. So this was sent in by Terry McCullough. This is from the TNT workshop that we hosted a few weeks back. And this was the object that we saw that was moving horizontally across the sky, stopped, and then started moving into the horizon and disappeared. You are going to be able to see part of that because he captured it on his psionics, and this is it, guys.
Satellites have an orbit. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have changed trajectory like that. Now it's going the opposite direction. Now it's going up on top. Now it's blinking out. Where'd it go? It almost looked like it was curving back around.
Now I'm going to play that again. The focal area is right pretty well in the middle. Terry had it sighted in really good in the frame. You can see it moving just a little bit from right to left, and then it stops and then fades out. So I'm going to play it one more time. Keep an eye on that light that looks like it's just in the middle and then goes out.
Satellites have an orbit. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't change trajectory like that. Now it's going the opposite direction. Now it's going up on top. And now it's blinking out. Where'd it go? It almost looked like it was curving back around.
That's amazing. Like it's there bright and then it's gone.
Yep.
Just gone.
It was really strange too, because we had Larry, myself, Lisa, Terry, and there was one other person there that had eyes on it. We were watching it come in because it was moving at a pretty decent clip.
Yeah.
We thought it was a satellite as fast as it was moving.
Well, we
and
saw
then
a lot of satellites.
Down.
We saw a lot of satellites.
Yeah, there were a ton of satellites. This thing was moving, so we kind of dismissed it at first, and then it started. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then it started slowing down, and then it changed course and moved. Typically, if you see a satellite change course, it's going to be on a big arc.
Not going to do that. It's
But
not going to change course.
They're not going to change course.
Satellites don't change course.
Especially not
course,
at 90 degrees.
You're in trouble if satellite changes course.
Right,
So,
right. It's coming at you, not going away.
That ain't happening. So I don't know what that is. It's not owls, Brandon. I know it's not owls.
Pat says it's an owl.
It's not an owl. So yeah, that was pretty wild. That was
that's right. Ada was the other person there that had eyes on it with us. Ada and Lisa were standing there together.
Yeah, you guys were doing a really good job at that.
This was going back to Trackway's encounter. It said there was 2 figures off to my left, one hunched toward me, the other on all fours. As I backed up, the orb lit up, then expanded the size of a basketball from the size of a baseball. Wow. Yeah, Terry said I caught it after it changed direction. You got like the last second and a half of it moving horizontally and then changing.
Yep. But you definitely caught it.
Larry said we caught it and it had to bug out.
Hey.
It was Sky Daddy at night playing the bongos.
Probably was.
Oh, man. Anita said, I saw one do that, but someone said it was a ham satellite and they roll and reflect light like that.
I mean,
they would roll and reflect light. You'd be seen blinking and not a static light.
Thinking you're going to see it again, though.
Yeah.
I would think. I've seen a lot of satellites. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch them. I have a little app that lets me go out and do that, but they're pretty much constant. I mean, their light's pretty much constant anymore. There used to be iridiums that would set off their flares, and they were awesome to watch, but they don't do that anymore, unfortunately.
Do I still have the data? What are you talking about? The data that we recorded, where you guys were trying to manipulate the electronics? Because if you do, we do have that footage.
Let's see. I've got this one for you.
Bigfoot Littlefoot said we should have some high activity in the next week. An orb cruised through my yard a few weeks ago about 2 a.m. witnessed by my sister. She said it was about softball size. That's about what size was caught on Dave's camera.
It's about right. Yeah. Yeah, this is about right. This seems to be the size,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to share a screen again, guys. This one, we're going to see, turn this down because there isn't mute that. This one, we're going to see a bunch of bugs, but you're going to see something moving up here in the left-hand corner. That's what you're going to be watching for. Ready? Here we go.
Oh.
And then you're going to see it do this. Watch now. Gone. You saw that big flare up right at the end where it just
disappears. There's a big flare up and then
extremely bright. Now, let's talk about that satellite thing again. Satellites do this. They do. But they don't do this part right here typically. There's a pattern to their flash. So as they're tumbling along, they're rotating, and they're flashing. But this, we see it kind of doing multiple. Look at that. It's just like I'll flash here. I'll flash over here. Maybe over here. And that's when it disappears. Yeah, it absolutely just blows up right there and just gone. which is just crazy that it flares up that bright, and then it's just like it's not there anymore. And it's almost like it goes through something right there. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. That is absolutely one of the coolest captures that I've seen for a while right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's a really good catch.
Look, it looks like it's going through.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, something. It's just gone. That is
or maybe it was like just moving forward 3-dimensionally, like way out of focus.
Gone.
Like zooming away from Earth.
That's what I was thinking happened with the one that we were observing as well, was that it was moving horizontally, and then as we were watching it go in the other direction, that it was also going away and up at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I think a lot of them just suddenly
disappeared. With this one as well.
Yeah, they just engage light speed and gone.
It's very interesting in this one too. If we go in slow motion, we can actually see a flaring effect here. I want you to see that. Go in here. Here we go. You can see it now. So it's actually bright enough that it's causing a minor flare in that area, which is just nuts again. So let's go over here.
Bigfoot Littlefoot says, have you guys been watching that what appears to be a satellite, and then it will flash like a large camera and then fade out?
I have not.
I have not either.
So here is an M-balls filter put on this. And we can see the flaring. You see it right there? It's coming off the edge of it. Look at that. And you can see how dim it got right there.
Yeah.
Now watch this toward the end. Look at that. It is just gone. Look at that. It's like it's going through a friggin' hole or something right there. It's just gone. That's crazy. But that's a really, really good one. I like that one a lot. I think that's
you may not be wrong on that, because that's what some scientists say it has to happen in order to get the light speed like that, is they have to punch a hole through the fabric of space.
Space-time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to tell you that that's an alien spacecraft or what have you. You can believe what you want, but I'm telling you that is, to me, that's not a satellite. That's all I can tell you.
No, because the satellite would have continued trajectory across the sky.
Yeah, it's not a satellite and it's not a plane. So I don't know.
Pat says, you ever wonder if sometimes the military is blowing up foreign powers equipment and not telling us about it? This video reminds me of the footage of the Iron Dome, but at high altitude. It very well could be.
Right.
And like, we do that. That is not a thing we don't do.
It's not a thing that they hide either. I mean,
right.
Where do you think a lot of that debris comes from that crashes back to Earth?
Nikki Bennett said, while sky watching, I've seen what looks like a camera flash in the woods while there is no one out in the woods. Oh,
we've seen that.
Huh.
Stay tuned. We've seen it. Seen it and probably documented it, actually. So stay tuned.
Lisa said the TNT made me reevaluate all the flashing in the sky here.
Yeah, it's just a really dark sky area, and you get to see so much more out there in that TNT area. It's ideal for night watches and sky watches. What else do we got, guys?
Sutton Lake.
Nice. Okay, let's find. You ready for which one we going to do?
Are we going to do the breakdown right now and go to the next hour? We have that episode from Daniel on deck still. We can use it for audio purposes.
For what? What are you talking about?
For the audio part of the show, for podcast side.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about podcast. I got carried away with this. I completely forgot about the podcast. I mean,
I saw the time marker. That's what brought me into.
Yeah, I was completely forgot about the podcast. There may not be one this episode because there's a lot of.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we have the audio from Daniel on deck. You can run it.
yeah, there's just enough of this. So let's continue to go forward with this, because there's a lot of stuff here still to mess with, apparently. So let's look at let's look at the whistles. This is from a undisclosed source.
This is from an ongoing witness that we've been working with for several years now.
Yes, it's interesting. And we'll explain what's happening after, but first we're going to watch the whole thing. Go ahead, Joe.
Now, this video was originally sent to myself and Steve Coles last year, and he ran it through a Songbird analyzer, came up empty-handed. I ran it through Merlin's software, and I also ran it through the one that starts with an O. But it's their ornithology program is like one of the best in the world. But I used their program as well. Came up empty-handed. The only thing that I could think of is that, at night, mockingbirds will do their thing. Mockingbirds will sing all night long, all day long. And it could be possibly trying to learn something that it heard a human do. Aside from that, there's no other bird that's going to make that noise. If you listen to it, you'll also hear a little bit of a breathiness to it. And if you listen to this audio track back on headphones, you have to close your eyes and listen, but you can hear this garbled kind of sound. And this area has had real footprints pulled from it. And when I say real, I mean authentic, that have been, viewed and verified. And it also has just this long history of being possible Bigfoot habitat. Now, Ron, when you were listening back through it, you found some other stuff.
Yeah, there's I think that there's what may show up as a signature for a wood knock in there. And there's a couple of them actually, and that's what I'd pointed out during the whole thing when you saw me stop and start, and that's what I was kind of showing there. It's very interesting to me because there's so much going on in that. But there's those straight lines, and those straight lines look a lot like a wood knock. And I can actually show you that.
Yeah, when we're looking at audio, when we put an audio recorder out in the woods and we're going through and we're analyzing hours and hours and hours of data, we don't listen to it all. Not right away. We look for certain signatures, and one of them is recorded here. A really good example of it.
There we go. You can see that, I think.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so what we're looking at in this thing is right about, here's the center line.
Yeah.
Right here. That straight line that goes through all the frequencies right there. If you can see that. My line is right on it right now. It's right there. That is a pop. And that pop is very much what you hear from a distant wood knock. The song itself that you're hearing, the whistles, is right here. See it right here in this area.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is what's taking place down here, almost where we can't even hear. And that is down here at the bottom. I'm going to try to pull that in where we can see it a little bit. It's right down here. You can see those red lines at the bottom right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not the birds, because they're the crickets. Here's the crickets up here. See all those chirp, chirp, chirps? That's the crickets. That's the frequency of the crickets. But whatever happens down here is independent of the crickets, because we don't see any of that anywhere else. It's just right here at the beginning and right here. So right here at the beginning, and then we have the wood knock, possibly. We see another bit of that, and then we have the whistle here, and it ends with yet another very sharp possible wood knock right there at the end. So I don't know. It's definitely got some hallmarks to some stuff I've seen before and stuff I've heard before. So it's significant. Is that a bird, like you said? If that is, then he's trying to emulate something that he's heard. So
yeah, it's imitating a creature that it's heard being a big breathy whistle. So it'd have to be a human if that was the case. And like it is like Brandy said, it sounds humanish. Lisa says the tone is definitely not human, sounds hollow, right? Kind of like a dolphin. You do hear that hollowness. Yeah, the Cornell University.
Yeah.
Anita, well, I ran it through Cornell's database, and I also ran it through Merlin.
It was in September of 2023 is what I can tell you from that. And it's on a massive amount of land. So
yeah,
I don't know. If I had to guess, I've heard the stories. I've not personally heard the whistle from the from Bigfoot. I haven't heard that yet, but there are definitely
it's impressive,
reports, and it's definitely part of the database at this point.
When you hear it in person, it's just big. Like it's hard to imagine. Like you hear us, and you're listening to us on a TV. It's the difference between that and putting us on a sound bar or surround sound system. That's what this whistle, a human whistle versus this thing whistling in the woods, is like.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Trackway says, need to record it with 2 recorders, one in the open, one in waterproof hard case. Still can't explain what we heard in Florida. Brandy said, where? This is in West Virginia, central West Virginia.
Yep.
Pat said, do we know the frequency range of the microphone of the camera? That seems like it's a very low frequency for the murmuring.
It's an extremely low frequency from the murmuring. And I don't know what it was taken with.
Men in Black says, definitely not an alien making a primate call to flush out its mark. No need to worry. The camera that's out in the field is a very high dollar camera. I can't remember the brand, but they don't have to go to it to view it. They can set at their house and download it onto their computer or to their phone. So it is I'm not sure what the specs are, but I could get those pretty easy.
Yeah, that's it's very interesting because it does have that low frequency, and I like to. I mean, it's low. It's low. It's probably about 1520, probably 1520 hertz, something like that. So, and it's pretty.
Now, Trackway says, keep in mind, people are sometimes in the woods when you think they're not. We were robbed last Sunday. Yikes.
Yeah, that's bad.
Brandy said, my radar is so alerted that my heart is racing. Oz says, I think crows produce an incredible amount of sounds that are not documented. I have heard them whistle and pop. It deserves research. It does. I've got some really crow buddies out back. I wish I had a field recorder that was like, one of the $800-900 field recorders that they use for bird recording. Being a master naturalist, it's one of the things that's fascinated me, is the range of vocabulary that some birds have. And it's pretty wild. They do make some very strange noises, and they are capable of mimicking human speech as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they also are at roost way after, way before that time.
Right. So
they are very much
rule
a
that out.
Bird.
Yeah, we can rule that one out, I think.
Pat says it looks like it got cut off on the low end, so it might have been even lower frequency.
Right. Well, we can't pick that up. That's the that's the limit of the device itself. Because you're really getting down into infrasound at that point.
Lisa said, now I'm getting twitchy to go on an investigation.
Well, that happens with this show. It makes you want to do that kind of stuff.
Man, they hit Trackway pretty hard. Trackway said they got a camcorder, a wallet, and a tablet.
Are you serious? Ugh.
People need to find new hobbies.
And that is another thing. You have to be very careful out there. I mean, that's a fact. You really have to be very careful out there. So, I think one of the things people don't really understand about, ghost hunting, for example, people would go out and used to do the old houses, right? I mean, that's sketchy. You don't know who's in those houses, and that's why it's kind of better. I know a lot of people don't want to do it, but some of these places that are haunted and they you go pay to play, so to speak, at least you're not going to get killed. So there's that. Yeah, for real. I mean, it's not worth your life. Let's just put it that way. And that's it's just not any fun if that kind of stuff's going on. So you want to be very, very careful. You want to be very safe out there.
West Virginia gal says, do killdeers run through the night or nested because they have weird sounds too? They do. Killdeer are a daytime and nighttime bird. But the thing about killdeer is you're not going to find one in the forest. They like roads, gravel outcroppings, things like this. This location has none of that. This is deep out in the mountains. And it's so a killdeer would not be on the list of things. Now they do make some weird noises, but those noises are also really very well recorded.
Okay.
They are pretty weird though, because they're one of the few birds that will attack your vehicle if you get near its nest that it made beside your vehicle in the gravel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're notorious for getting into parking lots. Like that's mostly where you see them around here. Those birds look like sandpipers.
Yeah.
But shorter beak. That's a killdeer. And you're going to see them at every mall, every Walmart and grocery store. Yep. They want the concrete. That's how they roll.
Okay.
Teresa Fleer says, we heard whistles at 5 a.m. Primate camping at the same time. Oh, primitive camping. So we heard whistles at 5 a.m. Primitive camping the same time. I heard grunts and samurai chatter. It was more than one Bigfoot. I believe they were communicating. I've heard whistles more than once.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
Rob says, I'm at camp in Tucker County tonight. It's getting dark, so I'm going to go sky watch. Tonight's a good night for it.
Yeah.
tonight's gonna be pretty clear.
Yeah, you got the moon out there, but it'll light some stuff up too. So if there's anything out there in orbit, you're gonna possibly see it lit up pretty good. So, be looking for that. If you catch anything, please let us know. Absolutely, any of you guys. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of things out there. You just have to go about getting them the right way, I think is what I'm trying to say. It's easy to set up cameras and recorders and whatnot. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can kind of freak yourself out also, right?
Right. You can.
So, and that's why it's always good to get second opinions. And that's why we like to do this show, because this isn't just us sitting here saying, oh, this is an orb. Oh, this is a, blah, blah, blah. Here's the image. You tell us what you think it is. It's just the data pretty much. And, that's kind of the premise of what we do.
Pat said, if you don't have thermal, it's very easy for someone to get really close in the woods without you knowing.
That's the truth. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
So when it comes to this particular item, the one with the whistle and the knock, had it not had the knocks,
that makes it more
when I heard the whistle, like first she sent me just the game cam thing, and then I had to separate the same way you did. Separated the audio off the video and looked at it. And I didn't make much with my ears of those knocks till I saw them. And then when I saw how sharp they were, I was like, oh, that's actually a knock. That's not. Yeah. And there's two of them. So when you mix the knock with the whistle, it leads you to believe there's something going on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's definitely something going on there. I just, like I said, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something that is going on there.
Octopus says, I'm going to build a TP from sticks and sleep in a bed of pine needles until I get a squatch hug.
Sounds like Angie. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about some of the stuff that you guys have been.
Brandy keeps leaning towards person out there. But if it's a person, I know these people really well. And
let's just say we can't even get on that land.
All the security that's on that land, if a person did that, they wouldn't have walked off the property. I know that for a fact. If a person, if I'm not saying it's not.
A
person could have done it.
But it'd be almost like sneaking on the Skinwalker Ranch, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because there have, when you look at this area and the data that's been pulled from it over the years, footprint pictures, track casts that almost worked. And it was one of those things where had they been to our track casting demonstration 2 weeks before, they would have got it. It could have been. But there's been a lot of data pulled from there.
I mean, if there is somebody who was out there and it's in September, so there could be somebody out there trying to, to hunt. Man, that was dumb. That's all I can say about that.
Oh yeah, it was real dumb.
I don't. Yeah. So if they did do that and they made it out, hopefully they're not dumb enough to try that again next season, is what I'm going to say about that.
Brandy says footprints of 16-inch, 8-inch wad feet.
Yeah.
So we can speculate that a human's footprint could be that big, but for scale reference, back here, this is a hand. Watch my hand disappear into this thing.
Yeah.
And look at the scale this is the kind of scale of something that we were talking about out that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's probably not a typical hunter, is what we're saying. Or
I wouldn't say regular human feet. Big.
Question mark, regular human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really big feet.
Yeah, just really big feet.
Not saying that's what it is, just saying it's really big feet that's been found. So that's the terminology. As to
Tony
what
Breeden says wild, man. I mean, it's possible there could be a feral person out there. I mean, it's wild enough out that way, and there's not a whole lot of roads for big spans.
Mm-hmm. Can't rule it out.
In the old days, that was actually really common. If you were deemed crazy by the town, you'd be kicked out of the town and have to go live in the woods.
Yeah. LR said Shaq size feet. Yeah, but wider.
Oh, a lot bigger than Shaq.
Like the length can be ballparked, like it's right length of what we do look for. But when you look at the width, because Shaq has, I used to have one of Shaq's shoes back in the day. It wasn't one that he ever wore, but it was one of the ones that was like on display at one of the stores, you know, when they used to have that Nike or whoever it was. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who made his original shoe, but before there were Shaqs, you know what I mean? They'd have the shoe they made for him. Like he has a really long, narrow foot. So
yeah, but the thing is, you know, that's what people don't get. It's the length to width ratio that you look for.
Yeah.
It's not the actual length itself. You're looking for
right, because there could be a big slide into the footprint.
Yeah. And speaking of which, there's actually a photo here, another anonymous photo that was sent in. I'll let you see that.
I've heard some people describe Bigfoot's feet as being like all-terrain feet because of where they're so wide and so long.
There we go. And I think we can see a little bit of a slide taking place right here in this. And slides sometimes give the illusion of size on these things as well, make them look like they're a lot bigger than they are. So you got to really kind of watch for that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is another one that someone had sent in. That's a photo that they had taken.
Looks like it's in like the front pad and the toes area where it starts slipping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So reading this track initially, there looks to be tread. And the toe area, those are awful blocky.
Mm-hmm.
Like squared off, kind of, if that makes sense. Like similar to what the toe shoes are like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like a boot heel there.
Now, the other possibility, like I don't have anything to gauge size on this except for like some of the roots and stuff that are exposed. So I'm going to guess that this isn't that large of a track. Black bear are really lazy when they walk. And there could be a slide in the mud, or it could be a drag away. When a black bear walks, they can do this like lazy saunter, right?
Yeah.
Where if they're not in a hurry, that's just what they're doing. Their walk is more of a saunter.
They drag it. Yeah.
So they'll drag that back foot through the front foot. And that back foot drag will look like this. And if you look at where I'm assuming the big toe would be, look how thin that mark is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like a claw.
It looks like a claw drag.
It does. Yeah, I would expect it to be a little more definition on that big toe area. Unless it was some kind of weird slide that took place.
Right.
I don't know.
The slides do happen.
Yeah, they do.
We've got plenty of evidence of that.
Oh yeah, we've seen it, and it's man, is it frustrating.
Yeah.
But you can see also the area that this was in. Here's a good side view of it. over here. You can see it up there toward the top. You can see how
so
far
you
down
can
in
see
the
the
ground
person's foot in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
If you take that and scale it out, it's smaller than their foot, it looks like.
I don't know. I don't know what our scale is here. Unfortunately, there's not there's nothing out there where this thing was laying beside it, or for us to judge. I don't know how far out that is, but it's at an angle. I mean, I can see it's at an angle.
Yeah.
Off, but I don't know how far away it is from.
And there's another track right beside it.
Yeah, there is. I can see the toes.
And behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And honestly, I like the one behind it better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, it's interesting. It's very interesting, and it doesn't hurt to ask. That's for darn sure. We get a lot of people who just
brings out a valuable point when you're also identifying these tracks, is that our feet are compressed from years of wearing shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why our pinky toes look the way they do.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're deformed.
If you notice, when you take off your shoe and you look at your feet kind of look like the way the shoe's shaped. How you've got the inside where your big toe would be is like this, and then the other side of the shoe will be pointed out like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our toes match that same toe bar line because they're trained and grown into a foot. It's called being shod. It's evidence of having shod feet, shoed feet.
Huh.
And so our toes develop differently. They grow in differently. They develop at an angle. I grew up running around barefoot a lot. Go figure. I'm from Boone County. And I've got really, really wide feet. My kids have really wide feet. My kids barely ever wear shoes either. But I make sure when I buy them their shoes, I buy them the shoes that are the big barefoot shoes, like they're splayed out front end, so that way they're big and wide and have plenty of room for your toes. Because it leads to a lot of issues. It really, it's one of the leading causes for plantar fasciitis. Is
really?
The shoes we wear. Yeah. Because you think about it, you're putting tension on those tendons that run through your through the tarsals.
Yeah,
because they're not being allowed to run their natural way. They're going in and doing this.
Yeah, they can't do what they're supposed to do.
West Virginia gal says, is anyone here in southern part of West Virginia area looking to ghost hunt? Lisa, I just moved to central PA, but I'd be willing to go searching around with you. Sweet. We're kind of sort of central south or south central West Virginia is where we're located. So if you're up to anything or wanting to get involved with something,
keep up with the workshops.
Yeah.
There's some workshops that'll be coming up soon. So just kind of keep an eye on that. We just did the paranormal one there at TNT, which everyone had a blast at. So yeah, keep up with those.
Lisa said, my grandpa always told us as kids that he saw Bigfoot by the barn and in the field all the time.
Oh yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Not at all. So as we did mention, it is West Virginia Day. And as such, I did make a special commemorative, every year I make a special commemorative shirt or design or whatever. They're all over there right now. I think they're on sale right now, actually. I think they're doing a sale just coincidentally of all the stuff.
Yeah,
but I do know that. Well, no, I meant they did a store-wide sale. So you can get some of the old ones too. But this is this year's design. It is our monster crew that we did. I didn't put the gray in there, but it's okay. He doesn't need to be in there. But this is the state seal with the monsters are always free. And then there's a special edition there with the wild and weird, which actually says in Latin, always wild, always weird. That will be one of the I think it's the white one that's going to be limited edition one. There's a limited edition one. I know that. So grab that, grab those while you can. But what I'm going to do is tonight, for everybody who's still here, close to the end of the show, we're going to do a drawing. And
everybody who's been commenting.
Yeah. Everybody's been commenting. I'm going to try to get your names into the random whatever generator, and we're going to do a big old drawing, and somebody's going to win them one of these little babies. This will be the first one, I think, because I have not sold one of these yet. So you'll be the first kid on the block to get one, basically, is what I'm saying. And it's going to be kind of fun. So yeah, just keep commenting and keep hanging out, and we're going to see your names, and it's going to be a lot of typing, but I'm going to put them into the number generator here, and we're going to see if we can get us a winner at the end, and we'll be sending you a mug. So there you go. For all your wonderful thanks for everything that you do, because it is your show, obviously, and that's why we're here, and we get to do what we really enjoy doing all the time, which is just crazy to me. Still crazy to me. Getting crazier every day, actually. So yeah. What else we got, Joseph?
Oh, I'm catching up in the comments real quick.
Okay. Got anybody wanting to say anything? Please feel free. Say what you like. I want to know your thoughts, ideas, all the above on
Elizabeth Johnson is hanging out. Apparently Ada's phone died.
Ada's phone needs to be charged. That is how you do it. That's how you do it. So I'm not sure who gets entered into that one, but
Oh, hey, I want to show you guys something that came in last week.
Oh boy. What did you get?
Oh, sweet.
Got a physical copy finally.
You do?
The new version.
Yeah, they made it not so thick this time like I did.
Okay. There you go. Brandon's book.
Very
there,
cool.
everybody.
Now, is it available on Amazon yet?
Yeah, you can pre-order it. It comes out August 2nd. I just looked it up. The paperback is $16.95 on pre-order, and Kindle you can get it for $2.99.
Nice. Guys, go check that out. The Ouija board is hungry.
Shouldn't feed it after dark, probably.
Yeah.
Shouldn't feed it at
No
all.
water, no food after midnight.
Right.
Teresa says, cool mug. We have a mug collection. I need one even if I don't win.
Well, you can get them. I think they're on sale right now for like $11 or something plus shipping. So you grab you one of those. Grab you one of the new shirts.
The possible orb video from January. I didn't get one from this year. No, everything else. I hadn't gotten a video since the last one that we ran on here from you, which was last episode. For the in focus part.
There's name Will.
Men in Black says Brandon's beard wrote that book. That's where it went. It makes sense. That's where his beard had to go away for a little bit. Now it's back.
Probably. It's probably
had to be sacrificed.
All right. I have got
so the Ouija board eats beards. Noted.
Okay, so I've got 45 people here right now. So I've got if you're commenting over here, I'm going to put your name into the drawing. So just remember that.
Yep. You guys,
that's how you get entered. So
get a comment in. If you get your comments in, we were going to go through here, pull your names, and then we will notify you.
And the more you comment, the more I'm probably going to see you, because it's a little bit, there's a lot. So I'm going to go and start doing that right now. Let's see. Got that there. That's here. I do believe that, let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. I can do it like this. That's perfect. All right. So, shameless promotion time, Joe, go ahead.
Shameless promotion time, guys. Where
are we going to be?
We'll try this again.
All that stuff.
What is it?
Where are we going to be? What are we going to be doing? All that stuff,
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to run the video.
Oh, well, you can, but you got to set it up first.
Okay.
Video,
well, guys, sorry, swallowed a bug, I think. Anywho,
I think you did. Yeah.
My kid is yelling. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not.
Nope.
But he is yelling from the top of the stairs, going, "Daddy!" He's like almost 2 years old. He'll be 2 years old next month. Anyway, it's hilarious.
Oh, I've got to go all the way back to the beginning.
We are going to be next at Mothman. Well, nope, sorry. I'm losing track. Monster Fest next weekend. We're going to be doing a demonstration with equipment, showing you guys how the stuff works, why the stuff works, what the stuff does, and why it's important. And then
why is it important? Why is it important, Joe?
It's important because there's a lot of weird crap going on. You get out in the woods and it's not just Bigfoot and little people running around. It's all kinds of weird, strange stuff, and it's happening all the time. And the only way that you're going to collect data on it is if you are prepared and ready. So, and you also don't want to get baked with radiation. So there's that.
Radiation?
What? Now, next up, we're going to be at Mothman Festival. After Mothman Festival, you can catch us at one of the coolest events. Now, mind you, Mothman Festival is like the Mac Daddy of them all.
Come on.
You can catch us at one of the coolest events you will ever get the opportunity to go to. Ada and Nancy can attest to this. That is the Thunder in the Mountains Powwow. We are super excited about going to the Thunder in the Mountains Powwow in Fayetteville, West Virginia. It is stinking awesome. We had an absolute ball there last year and really looking forward to it this year. After that, we're going to be at CryptidCon. It's the big Mac Daddy at the end of the year for us to finally get that last squeeze in for people that we missed at Mothman, people that we missed at other shows throughout the year. We definitely, if we missed you there, we will catch you.
Our old buddy Giorgio's going to be there.
Giorgio's going to be there. We got some UFOs. We got to get to him.
That'll be fun.
And you've got a couple of the guys from Skinwalker Ranch are going to be there.
Thomas,
you've got the crew from Expedition Bigfoot are going to be there. You've got the crew from Cliff Barrickman will be there from the North American Bigfoot Center and Finding Bigfoot. It's a big show. It's got a great turnout, tons of people, and we love going to that one. And coincidentally, it's a ton of our crowd hangs out there. Kentucky loves us.
Yeah.
Did he just say Mac Daddy? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Then trying to catch up here when is Thunder in the Mountain? Thunder in the Mountain is October the something. Hold on. I got it. Uno momento, por favor.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I've never had to type this many names in a random name generator. This is insane.
Good.
Right. Yeah, it's really good.
Let me plug one of the friends of the show too. Don't forget to get Mikey's book. Mothman Learns the ABCs.
Mothman Learns the ABCs. So, and a good friend of ours did the art for that. That's old Danner. He's collected UFO data with us as part of the collective. It is October the 12th and 13th. October 12th and 13th in Fayetteville. It is an absolute ball. Thunder in the Mountains Powwow. Come and embrace your indigenous side. And then we've got, let's see, going through here.
Now you do have to be present.
Beard hairs in my mug glaze. Just saying, Bigfoot fingerprints and footprints are cool though. I don't know. We don't know who made the mugs. You do have to be present to win. Just go ahead and throw that out there for you guys. Oh, for the mug? Yeah.
Yes, you must be here to win.
So while the next thing, which is technically where the world is going to catch us next around the globe, is going to be right here.
Okay, of particular interest. No birds noise. This is the area where we got the knock on the hillside. This is the area where the thing was walking around below us, around us. This is the area where those shelves are. Flat depressions up there that are just almost strategically located all along this ridge. Down through there, they're like stations all the way through this hillside.
Over the vernal pool.
For some reason, I had this strong desire to come right here. It was like I was drawn to this area. Never before have I had that happen.
So as I start to go across the creek, I'm actually looking at my phone, and it went from full battery to no battery.
It all goes on the table.
It all goes on the table. So the weird thing is we're reading 36 CPM. The average should be 17. And our tracks are right. And for anyone who's paying attention to what's going on Beyond Skinwalker Ranch or any of those right now with the radiation stuff, you might want to watch that. Just gonna say you might want to watch that because I think that's a real thing. I think that's a real thing, guys. I don't think those guys are faking that. I'm just gonna say right now. There's stuff out there. There's some weird stuff out there.
Oh, yeah. Trackway says, where are we going in October? Okay, October, we have Thunder in the Mountains, obviously, but we're also going to be having the Bigfoot workshop. We're going to be putting the dates together for that one again. Like I said, I should have those dates nailed down for you next week to announce.
Anita. Yeah, I got Anita. Good gosh, this is hard to do. Man. Okay. Y'all just keep commenting. Y'all just keep commenting if you want to be entered.
Request shameless plug. Services rendered. Trackway.
Well, there you go. You got the first little promo there for that, and that will be.
You guys were going to be at the Indiana conference in September. There's a conference in Indiana. I hadn't heard about this one. What kind of conference is it, Teresa?
I know we'll be in what is it? The Flatwoods one that will be there.
Oh yeah, September. Yeah, we're going to be at Flatwoods Monster Convention. We're going to be attendees at that one.
We'll be doing that, and then there'll be Mothman right after that. Actually, there she is. I thought she was on here.
LR says, okay, I hate to be the one to ask, which Fayetteville are we talking about? West Virginia, North Carolina? West Virginia, LR. Fayetteville, West Virginia. I should have clarified because I forget that we've got a lot of people from basically all over the United
world
States
at this point. Yeah.
World that listen to the show, and that there are other places beyond that. So, Jen says, I'm joining late. Been outside enjoying the solstice. The day shorter from here. You know, it's one of my favorite things about the solstice is that every day after this gets shorter and shorter and shorter because I have photosensitivity and it kicks my butt the longer the days are. I like having short days, long periods of darkness. That's my jam.
Not mine, but you guys enjoy that cave life. Cave people. Shade Viking.
Nicky Bennett said, I'll definitely be at the Flatwoods event. Sweet. Stop by and say hi.
Wait. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Lisa said, so busy. Actually, surprisingly, like our show schedule is not busy this year.
No, this is laid back.
We cut back our normal show run to Ohio Bigfoot, Withville. We were supposed to have been at Withville, but we couldn't make it because of the show that you guys have just watched the trailer for. Yep. And then we had Mothman Flatwoods and Thunder in the Mountains. And
there's another one. What is the other one? The Ravenswood one.
Those were the 6 shows that we had on our calendar, and it turned into 5 shows because we had to.
There's the Ravenswood one. We forgot that. Was it Mysticon? Yeah, Mysticon.
Oh, we have Mysticon on the calendar?
Yeah, that's on there too.
I hadn't gotten any emails from them. That's why I don't have it on, I guess.
Yeah, that was last year. They were like the first one to ask us, I think.
So
oh, gosh.
We're not doing as many shows. Normally, like we're at something every month from the time festival season starts until November. And this year we cut back really, really hard to be able to work hard on producing the Paranormal Horizons.
Yep. Which is
Teresa says Bigfoot conference in Nashville, Indiana. Actually, the first one by the Bigfoot group in Indiana. Oh, well, that's really cool. I hadn't heard of that one. It's really cool that they're doing that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we'd have known about it.
Probably wouldn't have did any good.
I know,
Not this year. Not this year. Maybe next year. Randy. Randy.
Rob Posey says, I always assume things are something explainable until they give me a reason not to. Yep, that is how you should do things.
Yep.
Nancy White, yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here you go, Nancy. Blessings from the Sky Daddy.
Tony, Angie, Randy. Oh.
Hawking Hills, you got to put Hawking Hills back on. It was fun, but it's a hard show to do, a 2-day show back to back with
maybe one day.
Mothman coming up right behind it.
It's hard to tell, but I don't,
if we
don't want to kill ourselves,
come back and speak at some point, we'll definitely be back. But it's really hard to have that show literally on the heels of Mothman when it comes to like a production schedule.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff has to be made because we make our own stuff, that's
we manufacture all.
That's the thing.
All craziness, These little guys, everything we sell, we produce it ourselves. And having a 2-day show that's that big right on the heels.
It was rough. It was fun, but man,
it's fun, but it's really hard.
Rough. It was rough.
Octopus says you better hit that like. Absolutely, you better hit that like.
Yeah, guys, hit that like, hit that share.
Like it owes you money.
Let's see if we can get us another sub in here.
Bowling Green, Kentucky is having a 1-day event in September for the first time. That's really cool. Bowling Green is so far away.
It's a cool place.
It is like a cool
4
place.
hours.
It's like 7 hours for me though.
Such a cool place.
I had to drive to Bowling Green for training when I was at Rite Aid, and that was
fun. But that was fun.
My work van, the AC blew out in the work van, and it was like July.
Sounds like a song.
It was not a pleasant drive.
I could probably write that. AC blew out my work van.
I had to go out that way once because one of my exes, her college wouldn't mail her diploma. She had to drive all the way out there to pick it up in person.
I don't know. That even sounds better. Spooky.
Man. Brandy said, I want to come to Hawking Hills. It really is a fun show.
It's fun.
We had an absolute ball, but it was,
man, was it hot.
It was so hot. I got sick.
Yeah, you were terrible. He was like really incapacitated.
I puked my guts up because it was so hot and sunny. Like my eyes, I had a migraine and I couldn't eat. And it was bad time.
That happened to me in Florida last year. I got a horrific migraine and I couldn't even stand to see the.
I think he was exposed to an enormous amount of radiation. Is what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I was close to a Navy base, so maybe.
No, I'm talking about
we burned up
solar.
We burned up some of our glow in the dark stuff there.
Yeah, there's a lot of radiation. I'm not kidding.
Some of our glow in the dark figures
they
burned. Literally burned. It changed the color and the pigment. They don't glow anymore. Like it cooked them.
Nikki. I think Nikki. Yeah,
it was an intense amount of UV radiation.
Oh yeah, it was insane. Brandy. Okay.
Gary Schuler said Hawking Hills speakers are only 1 day this year, more vendor time. Oh wow.
Oh wow, really?
That's cool.
So apparently in glow in the dark things, the phosphors have a saturation point, and once they hit that point, they can't absorb any more light.
What? No, they're magic. What are you science crap you're speaking? It's all magic. You know that.
Well, the
Teresa, did I get Teresa?
I got
Teresa.
The pigment that we use with it also burned.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird, dude.
They changed color. It went from being like Slimer neon green to mustard yellow.
So,
permanently.
From what I'm reading, one way to do that is to supercharge it with light. That can make it fade incredibly quickly.
Not the pigments I use. The pigments I use are they're even rated for UV. It was there was a chemical reaction that was so intense that it baked them.
Yeah, it was
and
nuts.
our tower for our radio, we used to have a
melted
tower
melted
on the radio.
reactor. Yeah,
like it melted and started leaning, and
yep, we did. We had a reactor breach. Melted the core.
Scott said heat plus a large dose of Wild Bill. Yeah, Wild Bill was right.
Woo!
Yeah, we were sitting with Wild Bill the whole day. Like now, mind you, that was one of the best parts about the show, was having Bill with us right there the whole time.
That was the highlight. Here's a new one. I found him.
I said they glow in the dark because of demons. Come on, Brandon.
Do you know if they use metallic salts or do they use elements in your paint for the glow in the dark?
For the glow in the dark, it is
geranium, Brandon
formula. But now I know one of the glow
pure
in the dark
yellow
things
cake
that got destroyed is europium.
And
it destroyed the collar and it destroyed the glow effect. It was a glowing blue and it turned white.
Okay, guys, if you're out there, you want to be entered into the prize to win the
Octopus said it was the demon core, Ron.
It's the demon core.
The demon core ruptured.
That's right. You want to win the mug, then absolutely get your name typed in so I can add it right now, or just make a comment. I've already seen your name, and I'll add it to the spinning wheel because the wheel is loaded right now. My goodness, there's a lot of names on this wheel.
West Virginia gal said, "Are your upcoming events on your Facebook page by chance?" They were forever ago. I posted them months ago. I probably need to update it now.
They're not.
So I will get that updated tonight at some point.
So Joe, I think you may have been the victim of some sort of radiation, because it says here that europium is actually a byproduct of nuclear fission.
Yeah. See the guy who drew that?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that makes the europium paint.
To be fair, I think he just calls it that, though, guys. It doesn't have real europium in it. I just want to clarify that. It's not radioactive. I promise.
That's what they want you to think.
Well, that's what the Geiger counter says. So. All right, man, this wheel is loaded. This is crazy looking. Wow, we got a lot of people who listen. Yeah, I know what it says, but I'm telling you, it's not radioactive.
It says you're right.
I know it's not radioactive. I've got the same bottle down there.
LR said, "Are you not going to mention the West Side video from earlier this week, or has it been debunked?"
Man.
To me, it looked like chaff.
I don't think it was real. I'll be 100 with you. I've asked for clarification on it, and no one has any. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I haven't seen what you're talking about, so now I'm curious.
But I have had people tell me that it was weather related, and no, I've never seen anything like that weather related. So that's not
it. It did look like chaff.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And while we were, if it was real, why were we throwing chaff?
I thought that, maybe one of these goofballs with the guard messed up and hit an oopsie.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And you would probably want to cover that up if that happened, because.
But chaff there's nothing wrong with chaff. Like,
well, I mean, you don't want
materials with it,
but you don't want to do that.
No, you don't. It's not.
I mean, you wouldn't do that. That's but that's costing money, is what I'm saying. So
unless you're taking pictures for it.
Well,
now what I'll say is, if you get a soaring eagle picture, from West Virginia, that comes out like this fall, that very well could have been where it was taken.
I understand what you're saying. They could have did that for a photo op.
Could have been a photo op.
Got you.
Because that is popular to do the soaring eagle photos. Because when you pop chaff and you're looking head on, like if you were flying, say you got a C-130 and you got the tail open, and you're holding the camera looking at another C-130 behind you, 100 yards or so back, and they pop chaff, it creates the flying eagle, the soaring eagle.
No.
And so if we see West Virginia's Air National Guard posting some soaring eagle photos,
or just some really pretty sparkly photos.
Yep.
With planes, we'll know. Yeah, it could have been something like that. But here's my thing. I saw nobody say they found anything. That's the other weird part.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. I left it where it's at. I'm still waiting for people to respond. I've heard nothing though, guys.
Miss Trackway, all I'm going to tell you is fudge from Uranus is the best fudge ever. Uranus fudge is my favorite fudge that I've ever had.
Okay.
I wish I still had my t-shirt. My Uranus t-shirt was one of my favorite t-shirts, and that's why I don't have it any longer. It's because I literally wore it.
No, Brandy,
to tatters.
Not as in corn, but as in anti-radar scrambling stuff. But metal strips, basically, what it comes down to. Little metal strips that are made to kind of twirl through the air, so they confuse radar or they throw off guided, ammunitions and whatnot. Munitions. Yeah. Okay. Well,
hold on,
I
guys.
guess
I'm going to just show you what we're talking about real quick.
What?
Not Uranus. I'm not going to show you Uranus.
Jeez.
Don't worry. PG show. But for real, Uranus fudge is the best fudge ever.
I'm sick of this show. I think I'm going to quit.
If you don't believe me, just look up Uranus Fudge Company.
Pretty sure I'm going to quit. Probably next week.
Where'd it go? Come on.
Power replacement. Shouldn't be hard. Somebody I want to come do this. It's a pretty easy job. Got to bring your own Xenon cards, though. Pack them with Xenon cards and go home.
All right, now let's do this again.
What are we doing?
I'm trying to get that chaff photo. I'm showing them the eagle.
Okay.
And I'm downloading it and it's showing them my downloads, but it's not coming in.
Dang.
It's doing that again.
You're magical. Well, while you're playing with that, I'd like to remind everybody that tonight's show is brought to you by the likes of Adam Good, L.W. Marshall, Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Larry Host, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, Lisa, Finding the Trackway, Tommy Swagger, Pat, where is Tommy? Seth Beans LaMelle, Small Town Monsters, Oz in the Woods, James Nelson, the Super Chatters that are out there, Dewey Edwards, Spooky Appalachia, Guitars and Chains, Craig, Travis, a redneck, no longer of the Deep End. Unfortunately, it closed its doors this past week.
The Deep End is no more.
Yep. Jeffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Bigfoot Littlefoot, Terry Summerfield, Sarah Ramsey, Julie Bug, Donna Ho, Angie Breeden, Jen Clower, Jamie Snell, Ike Falber, Ashley Hiltov. On Wednesdays, We Talk Weird, and that other couple of podcasts she does. Lotus Flower, Wendy the Pooh Bear, and Asher's Creation. And I don't know if there's anybody else who's added to that. I don't think there is. I think it's up to date.
It's up to date.
If you do decide to donate to the show by getting a super sticker or super chat or et cetera, you will be also on the immortal wall of scrolling gratitude, because that's what we're calling that.
It's not letting me do it, but it's a cool looking picture, guys. I have it now on 5 different forms on my computer, but I can't get a single one of them to upload.
Take his word for it. What we're going to do is we're going to play us a really quick couple games of this. Then we're going to do that prize drawing over there. We're going to see which one of you guys is going to walk home with the very first Wild and Weird West Virginia Day 2024 mug. You know what to do. You know what the drill is. Actually, maybe you don't. New people, this is slightly confusing for you, and I apologize. So let me help you with that. Let me help you. Let me help you help yourself. Where's it at? It's right in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, found it. Anyway, this is What? You interrupted me. You better be good.
Oh, neat.
That's really? That's all you're going to say? You interrupted me to say, oh, neat?
Yeah.
You know, if we were Klingons, that would be like decapitation or something right there. I mean, you know, what would Gorn do? Anyway, here's what I'm going to do with this. You guys are going to guess which one of those magical symbols. They're not magic, actually. It's basically, it was derived from the collective conscious. Everyone knows what those symbols are. Therefore, that's why they are. They're not supposed to mean anything. They don't mean anything.
Except for the one in the middle. The one in the middle means bacon.
We have determined that the one in the middle does mean bacon. Therefore, if you get a flash in your head of bacon sizzling on a campfire, for example, go ahead and say bacon or squiggly lines, whatever it is to you. That's what you see. So what is that card?
Responses in.
What is that card? That's what we want to know. What is that card? And we will hold this up until we get all guesses all done. And then we're going to see who got what. And remember, you do have to be present to win the mug. Just letting you know. Nope. Nope.
Why don't you work? There we go.
Nope. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Me forgetting how camera physics work. New shirt design, Wild and Weird, loves Uranus.
It's not happening. That's not happening.
Make this shirt.
You will, because that's not happening. Okay.
Man, we've got a ton. Like, I think we're good to go on the first one. Like, there's a lot.
All right, we're ready then. Here we go.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty ready.
Okay, here we go. We have a star. How many you find?
Stars. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
5 out of all those.
5.
Well, let's do it again.
One more again.
Shaky.
What do you guys think? This is a precognition test.
Yep, this is all precognitive. I don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. And it works best for me when I tap the card. So I'm going to tap the card. When I tap the card, whatever pops into your head at that time, look at those little symbols up there. Whatever pops into your head at that time, boom, that's what it is. Go.
Pat says square equals bread, circle equals tomato, lines is bacon. So Pat wants a BLT, guys. That's what I'm hearing.
Man, I want for bacon too.
BLTs are amazing.
Yeah, this show does make me hungry sometimes. All the bacon talk. Oh my.
All right, let's star this one. So that way that's my starting point.
And you guys give yourselves a thumb up, every single 46 or 47 or whatever, how many of you are that's in here right now, because you have officially hit the 1,040 chat messages over here on the program tonight, and it's still going. So that's pretty remarkable. You've also had 2,151 reactions, which is believable by the algorithm. So we're not going to get in any trouble there. So yeah, keep that going. Very good. Give yourselves a hand.
Dale Ty's in the house. What's going on, Dale?
Dale Ty. I got to add you. Hang on. Dale Ty needs to be added.
Dale, you just got added into our coffee mug giveaway.
We are doing a drawing, my friend. All you have to do is be present to win, and we are very close to drawing, so you shouldn't be too hard.
LR says 1040. Does that mean we need to get the IRS involved? The correct answer to that is never.
Ah, man. Only when necessary. Only when necessary. They get it.
34,000 wasn't believable.
Right. 34,000. That's what you guys. Yeah, it was like 30 some thousand. It was unbelievable. 700 messages, but 30 some thousand, like, yeah, that the math works out there.
Right.
Jeez.
Oh man.
But we didn't get any issues over that. It's okay. It's all good. So the bots didn't care.
Remember, guys, go over and mash that like button if you're still hanging out with us. We appreciate all that and the comments going on. Octopus said, sorry, that may have partially been me. I think it was partially everybody that was
No,
here.
it was everybody. Octopus.
34,000 was partially everybody.
It was everybody. There's no way that we can blame one person for that. Trust me. It did not happen. Oh my goodness. So yeah, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. And so that
Terry McCullough said the AI chat summary is hilarious.
I know. It's getting better too. It thinks we're all guessing games. I'm still
all right. We're ready for that next one.
We ready?
Yep, okay, we are ready.
It's square, y'all.
Square. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wish you guys could hear what was going on upstairs. 8.
Nope, can't hear it. Got 8.
9.
9.
Got 9.
Got 9. That's pretty good, guys.
Yep.
That's really good. Now we get to try the fun stuff. Okay. I'm going to stare at this card. I'm going to associate this card with what I'm looking at on the screen. You're going to look at the screen. And you're going to scan your eyes back and forth. Okay. We're going to try a little trick here. Okay. Let's do this because we did this at the paranormal discussion group. So I want you to scan your eyes back and forth across all those cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Back and forth. Okay. Just back and forth. When you're going to tell yourself, blink when I'm looking at the card that Ron's looking at. Okay. That's what you're going to do. Just do that. And start now. Only blink when you're looking at the card that I'm looking at. That's what you tell yourself. Trust your blink. You'll be surprised. I actually found a whole tub full of crystals doing this method. You have a really,
weird part was it was a bathtub and it was in somebody's house.
No, it really wasn't, but it's okay. He can tell himself that story. Sad thing is I have to work with him. Anyway.
Okay.
Yep, back and forth until you blink. Back and forth until you blink. It's called associative remote viewing, by the way. What you're doing right now.
Gary, Gary. Trackway says, okay, connecting to Ron's mind. I see plus and a ukulele and Tiny Tim. Tiptoe through the tulips. And now that is where I'll be. Very cool, Brandy. Just got a new clear quartz.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Angie said, how many of y'all sang it?
Not me. I never could stand that guy.
Oh, no.
Really?
Never could.
So creepy.
Nope.
All right. I think that's everybody, Ron.
You know, he died in the middle of a performance.
What?
Yeah.
Probably the ukulele
right, so we got
gods.
plus. We're going to go up to the star. We're going to go the very first one that I starred. Plus. Star. Nope. Plus. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see my people who got it. I know what's going on here.
Lisa is flinching. Alrighty, that's it. So it's just
how many? How many got it? 5?
5.
5? All right. Well, that's fantastic, guys. You guys are doing good.
Dadgum.
And you learned a new trick for you who weren't at the paranormal discussion group, which I highly advise you to try to make it to every now
Jen
and
says
then.
the bottom of the deck is circle. What's the bottom of the deck?
Oh, I don't know. I just started shuffling them again. Let's find out.
It's even better.
Yeah. Let's see what it is. Bottom of the deck. It's
star.
You're wrong.
You tried.
You tried. That's all that matters. Okay. So who is ready to do this thing, to see who's going to win this lovely mug? First,
let's do it to it. Spin that wheel.
Let's show the mug again. This is what you're playing for. This is the first Wild and Weird West Virginia Day 2024 mug.
Did you get Julie Bug's name into the mix?
Let me check. There's a crap ton of you guys. No. Good thing you spoke up. All right, guys, speak up right now if you want a chance to win it, so I can make sure I got you. I don't want anyone left out of this.
Can you pop up the circle?
Yep. Hang on.
Do a screen share. I'll help you go through, and I'll see if I miss it. Help you see if we're missing
share
anybody.
Screen.
We get 3 sets of eyeballs on this.
And
Plus
here we
everybody
go.
else can see it, and they can say that their name's on there or not.
Let's make sure. Let's take this down. Take the picture down. Take the picture down. Take the picture down.
All right, here we go. We've got Angie, Terry McCullough, LR, Asher, Anita Allen, Finding the Trackway, Fish Belly, Trackway, Miss Trackway, Larry Hose, Tony Breeden, Ike Faber, LW, Space Jeezel, I forgot, Eyes in the Woods, James Nelson, No Friends, Nikki Bennett, Nancy White, Delta, Jen, Rob Posey, Ashley Hilt. I think that's Fish Belly up there. I'm looking at these really tiny letters trying to decipher them. WV Gal, Shade Viking, Emily Haynes from Facebook. Emily, are you still with us, Emily? Comment if you are, because it actually linked the Facebook message through earlier.
Yeah.
The first time in weeks.
Yeah.
Pat, Teresa, Brandy, Bluebeam Messiah, Gary Schuler, Spooky Appalachia. Oh, we Delta, Chris Stewart. Yeah, it looks like you got everybody's. Anybody missing? Anybody see your name missing?
There are 2 Jens, and we're both on the wheel. There is a
Jen Clower and Jen.
Yeah, there's a Jen and a Jen Clower, so we should be okay. There's a Jen Flower. That's funny. I made myself laugh.
God said, "Don't forget me."
Oh yeah,
got to put God in there.
God, yeah.
Men in Black said, "You omitted us."
Yeah, yeah, I actually did. Seth, are you on there? You're on there, right? Seth on there.
And Seth, Seth is on there. Seth, I'm pretty sure I saw Seth.
I don't know.
So, which one of you is Vanna White?
No, put Seth in there. Seth's not on there.
Yeah, I don't see Seth.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah.
Gary Schuler says, "I want more collars on the wheel."
Okay.
Me too. That'd be cool if they did like a technical.
Well, we can actually do our own image, see, up here, but we're not going to be doing all that.
Yeah, that's more work.
I'm not doing that. Maybe next time. I mean, we had a really good turnout. I really didn't expect this because most of our contests, there's like 8 people.
Scott's not on there.
It's pretty easy to win, but this one's
8 o'clock. So you're up there near the top.
Scott, yeah, you're on there. Oops. There we go. Scott's on there. And I think that's everybody.
8 o'clock said I didn't hear Elizabeth.
Huh?
You have Elizabeth's name on there?
I don't know. Where's that?
I didn't read it off.
I don't. Elizabeth who? I don't see Elizabeth. You're right.
It was Ada's sister.
Oh, that's right. Because of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
No, Octopus, you're definitely on there.
Oh yeah, you're on there. No friend. And yeah, Pat, it's a rainbow wheel for Pride Month. That's all we did this for. You caught us.
Says, Ron, I think Ron's trying to hypnotize us.
I know. Look at that. It's crazy.
Finding the Trackway says this Christmas, give MIB something he's always wanted, a Xenomorph face hugger.
Okay. Are we ready to spin this dang wheel? Is everyone in? Is everybody happy? I think there's 47 names there at least. Okay, you got to be present to win. So here we go.
All right, let's do it to it.
Okay, click the spin. In 3, in 2, 1.
Do you like that? The digital spin.
Digital.
Oh,
it's gonna be close. Oh, Angie. Man. Well, looks like Angie's the winner.
Angie Green wins. Angie's here. She's been typing in the comments.
Congratulations. You are still here, I'm pretty sure. So just type there in the comment to verify you are still here.
There we go. Angie wins.
Angie's still here. So
Angie,
yeah.
Do you want us to have it shipped to you, or do you want us to you want it to ship to me and then I'll deliver it? Whichever one, let me know. Because you're relatively close.
Yeah.
And by relatively close, I mean like 10 minutes.
That's awesome. Well, you won the first ones. Congratulations.
And let us know what color you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I can make it any color you want, but you know, that's the blue one.
Looks the best.
Yeah, the blue one is the best, I think, but we can definitely do that. So that was a lot of fun. That was the biggest contest we've ever done, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah. We never had that many people.
Mothman had like 180 people.
No, not like this. This is pretty crazy. This is awesome.
This is a good one for this.
This is awesome.
This is a really good one for this.
This was awesome. Yeah. No.
Well, guys, this has been a fun one. Remember, between now and next month, send us your footage or any footage that you've seen that you want us to review.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. As long as you've got clearance to show it, we don't have to talk about your name. Obviously, we can do that. Absolutely no identifying factors. Easy enough to do.
Octopus says deliver it like the giant check in the 90s. I vote for for that, and we'll post the picture and throw confetti. It'll be great.
That's hilarious. So that just got us 786 reactions. So I believe that's believable too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lisa, so you have a fantastic night.
Thank you for dropping by as always.
The next giveaway is a Wild and Weird Loves Your Anus.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't tell them things that are false.
I had fun. Thank you kindly. Thank you for hanging out with us. You were with us from the start of the show and hung out with us to the end.
You did. You be sure to come back, and
you're one of the family now.
Yeah, come on back. We'll have this little fun thing again next.
Hey, before we leave, I thought I'd close out the episode with this little weird story.
Are you gonna sing?
No, it's a story.
This sounds like the ending of church when everybody's like, "Before we leave, I got one song I want to sing."
It's a weird story, but it's not like paranormal related. It's like a cute little fuzzy wuzzy story.
It's perfect. It's got ukulele background music. Let's do
it.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So 5 years ago, this donkey named Diesel on a ranch in California went missing, and they recently spotted him roaming around with a herd of elk.
Elk?
Yeah. He's just been free ranging with elk for 5 years.
Free ranging.
All right.
I like that. I thought he was going to go somewhere with that, folks. I'm sorry. You disappointed me again.
A free range donkey with elk. That is an odd mismatch.
It is. I guess he's like their bodyguard or something.
I know, because mules are tough. Donkeys, mules. Thanks, guys, for having for the fun time. See you on the flip side. Come hang out with us next Thursday. We're here every Thursday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
And it's gonna be really cool coming up here soon because we're gonna be doing some other stuff too.
We got some really cool stuff coming up. Yeah,
that we do. And
you definitely want to stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're just starting to have fun.
Well, guys, you got any closing thoughts, Ron?
Many, but I think that what I'm going to leave us with is it's West Virginia's birthday, everyone. Please, please make sure, as everyone knows, this is a sacred night for all West Virginians. Obviously, if you're not from West Virginia, well, he may spare you, but if you are from West Virginia, make sure that you do leave an offering for Mothman. The sacred moth must be appeased with the traditional food of the people.
Brandon?
I have nothing, so.
Good God, Brandon.
Go buy Brandon's book.
Oh, yeah.
Someone go buy
on Amazon.com.
Brandon, so he can say something the next time, or, I don't know. Be productive. Help write a song about a donkey. I mean, I was ready for the next
with elk.
The next verse, itself. And you just like stopped right in the middle. I'm like, well, that's not how you do that.
Free Range Donkey is a great jam band.
Too late.
Name.
It's too late.
It is. That will Free Range Donkey.
Okay. Well, there you go. I hope that we inspired someone to do that. Happy birthday, West Virginia. Thank you. Absolutely. On behalf of West Virginia, I accept.
Guys, if you want to catch us, go to wildandweirdwv.com. You'll find all links to everything that we do, all the shows we're going to be at, all the stuff we've done, links to our channels, links to our shops, links to links. Yeah, links.
I like those the sausage links.
The sausage links are great. I had some of those earlier.
With some
the best thing about it is you can go back, and if you really want to listen to more of Wild and Weird Radio, you can go back and listen for like 6 days straight and hear the soothing sounds of our voice, lulling you into a state of security and tranquility.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I doubt that. The actual podcast is nothing like this. So you guys go enjoy that, because that's a little more structured and a little bit more serious. If that's what you're into, go listen to that. If not, then this is what you got, and this is what you got until we get back, because we're busy right now, and this is just it.
This is all we can manage. So
I hope you guys enjoy it. I mean, we enjoy it, and sometimes it really pays to be a little less serious, to be honest with you. We take our research serious, but we know when to have fun. And we know when we're in a company of friends and family to have fun. And that's why we do this show. And that's why you see things like ukuleles, Hawaiian shirts. And, it's summer. So don't think you're not going to see more of that. It's going to happen. It might even happen in the winter. I don't know. But what I can tell you is we're not going to take ourselves that serious.
Well, guys, it's been a fantastic show. We've had an absolute ball with you. As always, come hang out with us next week, 8 p.m. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every week. It's the greatest show. It's a fantastic show. We love you. You love us. Love is circular, sometimes star-shaped, sometimes bacon-shaped. But remember, tonight, make sure that the Mountain Dew that you leave out for the Mothman is not the hard Mountain Dew. The last thing you want is Mothman getting a DUI while flying. Stay wild and weird, everybody.
He likes that regular old green stuff, just the old original formula. And you can leave him some Doritos too. He likes Doritos, I heard. And then he really likes cheese. You can give him some cheese.